I'm Dr. Biaggi, and this is your Musicology Smackdown. Not since Liberace, Cher, and Madonna has a musical mononym commanded so much attention. In fact, with 5 Grammy Awards and over 40 million records sold worldwide, Usher can probably change his name to Herpes and still be a runaway success. Although if he does, he might have a hard time getting booked to sing at the next presidential inauguration. Whatever, it'll probably be some old, corrupt white dude anyway, so chances are herpes would already be present and accounted for. But it looks like Usher may not be so keen on the one-name game after all. His latest album, Raymond vs. Raymond, uses his real last name, twice. And while the title may actually indicate a split personality disorder, it's 2 times the soul, and the V in the middle is almost certainly for smooth. After several early albums, Usher released the multi-platinum My Way in 1997 and 8701 in 2001. His 2004 album Confessions was ranked as the best solo album of the last decade, selling over 25 million copies worldwide. Confessions, I can say with an almost total lack of irony, is kind of awesome. All I know is tracks like Take Your Hand, Yeah, Superstar, and Do It To Me are probably responsible for at least 3 out of 4 of my trips to Planned Parenthood in the year following the album's release. Much to my dismay, despite having a solid female fan base, in fact his 2008 One Night Stand tour was meant for female-only audiences, some have speculated about the homoerotic undertones of some of Usher's appearances. As if in response to those accusations, Usher then did the manliest thing one could do. He performed at the 2008 NFL kickoff show for a crowd full of tens of thousands of football-obsessed straight men, during which he pulled off his shirt and filled himself up. What? Aside from recording, Usher is a part owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise. In 1999, Usher himself participated in Challenge for the Children, a benefit basketball game hosted by boy band NSYNC. And what's more hetero than boy on boy a cappella bawling action? Okay, never mind. As for his latest release, from the man who brought you Love in the Club, My Boo, You Remind Me, and You Don't Have to Call, Raymond vs. Raymond promises more of the same high-flying, melismatic lead vocals, auto-tuned backing harmonies, and synth-out production of earlier albums. Only kind of without the same inventive punch of those previous hits. In fact, most of the songs on Raymond seem to uneventfully bleed into one another, including tracks that are probably supposed to stand out for their message, like Hey Daddy, Daddy's Home, which features the rough-sounding hooks of a delicately named rap artist, Plie. How delightful. Or maybe that's not how you pronounce it. By the time you get to the back-to-back tracks She Got It and She Don't Know, you kind of start to feel like there are a few things more boring than describing a woman over a beat. Well, maybe if I thought Usher actually meant it, it would be a little more heartfelt. Perhaps his next album should be devoted to fullbacks and tight ends. Oh, come on, it's football, people! Get your minds out of the gutter! Honestly, the most successful tracks on the album are the single Papers, which seems to be about his recent divorce, and In My Bag, a hot little dance number that makes you wonder what really is in Usher's bag. Well, if we're going to take his word for it, we can listen to Usher's own lyrics. Quote, I'm tearing up my mojo, getting mail every day, no homo. That's right. Now tell us more about stripping for all those football players. I don't care who he's aiming that mojo at, it's working. But Raymond vs. Raymond, not so much. So this is Dr. Biaggi telling you to turn it down.